Welcome back. A reminder, you can catch live Day 2 coverage of the St Andrews Links Collegiate that starts tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time right here on Golf Channel. We will have individual champions crowned tomorrow. Let's take a look at where that stands right now. On the men's side, Nilly is leading the way on 4 under. Excellent scoring out there today. We're going to be talking about that in just a moment. Let's take a look on the women's side. Monk atop the leaderboard on that mark of 4 under. It is some tight competition there indeed. Steve Burkowski joins us right now. He's part of our Golf Channel coverage of the St Andrews Links Collegiate. So, Steve, let's start with your thoughts, I guess, overall, the significance of, the uniqueness of this week.
It's amazing, Matt, when you consider the fact this is year 3 of the St Andrews Links Collegiate, something that had been in the works for years, and then obviously the pandemic slowed things down, not just across the golfing world, but the world in general. To see it now come to fruition, the teams that have been here, and when I talk to every player on the men's and women's teams, all the coaches, it's that pinch me moment of we're playing an American collegiate event at the home of golf, and then to incorporate the University of St Andrews, the last couple of editions, it has just kind of elevated what the other courses, 7 here in total with the St Andrews Links. It's truly amazing to see that college golf can have an impact here at the home of golf, and for so many people on this side of the pond in Scotland open the doors to realize this is how you kind of grow the game. And for the men and women teeing off today in those benign conditions that you referenced, they knew, okay, let's take advantage, if at all possible, to post a good one, because you and I, Matt, we saw what happened at the Dunhill Links about 10 days ago. It can change in a heartbeat. So enjoy it while you can. But to be here, to see the teams, the genuine excitement, it's one of those great feel-good moments for the college game for these men and women.
Paige mentioned it earlier on the program saying, and we're watching live golf from St. Andrews on a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. It's awesome. What stands out to you then on the men's side of the competition that we've seen so far?
Well, Michigan State is a team leading the way. You talked about Pinelli with that individual advantage heading into tomorrow. But I'm going to focus on the Princeton Tigers, what Will Green has done in his 27th year now leading the Tigers. It's Riccardo Fantinelli. You see him there. He's 3 under. He shoots 67 today. He arrived in Scotland about 22 hours ago from Singapore. He was part of the World Amateur Team Championship representing his home country of Italy. Never saw the course, goes out and plays to, if you know Riccardo, what you expect to see from him. He is a 2-time Ivy League Player of the Year. He's won 5 times during his college career at Princeton. And Will told me earlier, the first time he saw him at the British League, but the country as a whole. And then how about Reed Grazerman? We know the name. His brother Max had a really good chance to win on the PGA Tour some 2 days ago. Keep an eye on Princeton. I would not be surprised if they were one of those 2 teams vying for a team championship come Wednesday on the old course.
Very, very cool stories indeed. All right, let's pivot now to the women's teams or individual side. What did you make of that side of the competition today?
Well, St. Andrews, think about what they've done here. They have 3 players on the women's side in the top 6. Now, Ian Muir, the director of golf at the University of St. Andrews, said, we might not have the deep rosters. In 5, 6, we might have trouble. But for 3 of their players to go toe-to-toe, Ellie Monk leading the way, 4 under 68. Caitlin Maurice had a great back 9. She's 1 back. It just goes to show you, while they do it very differently over here, it's not like an NCAA schedule. Many of their tournaments are all about individual performances. So to collectively have them in the mix, it's fun to see. And then Tanana Kacha Sanamani, so she goes by TK, which makes it so much easier for all of us involved. Her head coach, Erica DeSanti, over at Princeton, when I talked to her about TK earlier, she just rolled her eyes of, she's a game changer. She's a difference maker. If you saw her coming down the back 9, some of the shots she hit today, she made 7 birdies. She's that kind of player you could see going to the next level. She's already got 2 top 5 finishes in her first 2 events. She was the co-medalist at Princeton's home tournament as well. To see that moxie by a freshman. And DeSantis' home tournament as well. To see that moxie by a freshman. And DeSantis said this group of Princeton Tigers that she has the best she's ever coached. And they firmly believe they can become the first women's Ivy League golf team to qualify for the NCAA championship. How cool would that be? And how much could a springboard of a victory here at the home of golf maybe lead to a bit of history come May at La Costa?
Steve, it's all very, very cool. Do me a favor, pop into the Dunvegan and raise a glass for me. We look forward to the coverage kicking off again tomorrow and Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern time.